Liam had been on Kepler 442b for exactly 73 days when he met her. The mining colony was supposed to be routine: extract rare minerals, avoid the indigenous wildlife, and return to Earth with enough credits to retire early. But nothing about first contact protocols had prepared him for the small, silver-skinned child who emerged from the crystalline forests and refused to leave his side. She couldn't have been more than 8 years old by human standards, though Liam knew better than to assume alien biology followed Earth's rules. Her eyes were large and luminescent, shifting between violet and amber depending on the light. Delicate antennae sprouted from her temples, twitching with every sound. She wore what appeared to be woven starlight, a garment that shimmered with its own internal glow. "Please," Liam said for the 100th time, crouching down to her level outside his habitat module. "You need to go home. Your family must be worried." The girl, he'd started calling her Lily in his mind after the way she seemed to bloom in his presence, pressed closer to him. Her small 3-fingered hand wrapped around his glove. "You smell like my father," she said in perfect crystalline English that seemed to bypass his ears entirely and resonate directly in his mind. Liam froze. In 3 months on this planet he'd encountered dozens of species, but none had spoken. None had even attempted communication beyond defensive posturing. "Your father?" he asked carefully. Lily's antennae drooped. "He went to the stars and never came back. You smell like the stars, like metal and hope in the space between things." Liam's heart clenched. He thought of his own daughter back on Earth, probably 12 by now, growing up with a father who was always chasing the next contract, the next world, the next paycheck. He'd missed her last 3 birthdays. "I'm not your father, Lily," he said softly, using the name out loud for the first time. Her eyes brightened at the sound of it. "Lily," she repeated, testing the word. "In my language, I am called luminescence that cuts through dark. But Lily is smaller, easier." She paused, her antennae quivering. "You gave me a name." "In my culture, that means you accept responsibility." "Wait, what?" Liam stood abruptly, but Lily simply held on, letting him lift her off the ground rather than release his hand. Over the next week, Liam learned that Lily's people, the Ascendi, held names as sacred contracts. To name someone was to claim them, to protect them, to acknowledge them as part of your story. And Lily's story was heartbreaking. Her father had been a xenobiologist, one of the few Ascendi brave enough to study the human colony from afar. He'd believed humans and Ascendi could coexist peacefully, could learn from each other. He'd left their crystalline city to make contact and never returned. The colony records showed an Ascendi male had been caught in a mining equipment malfunction 6 weeks before Liam's arrival. The incident had been logged as an unfortunate accident, but Lily knew it was more than that. She'd felt her father's life force extinguish through their species' empathic connection. She'd felt his fear, his pain, and his final hope that someone would bridge the gap he'd tried to cross. "The elders say humans are dangerous," Lily told him one evening as they sat outside his habitat, watching 3 moons rise over the horizon. "They say you take and never give back. They say you destroy worlds." Liam couldn't argue with that. He'd seen the scars humanity left across the galaxy: strip-mined asteroids, polluted atmospheres, extinct species cataloged only in databases. The Ascendi weren't wrong to fear them. "Some humans are like that," he admitted, "but not all of us." "I know," Lily said. "You fixed the breather nest." She was referring to an incident 3 days prior. Liam had discovered a colony of small flying creatures, breathers as Lily called them, whose nest had been damaged by mining drones. Instead of reporting it to be cleared, he'd spent his off-shift repairing the structure with polymer foam and relocating it to a safer zone. "They're just trying to survive," Liam had said when Lily asked why he bothered. "So are we," she'd replied. As days turned into weeks, Lily became Liam's constant companion. She taught him about Ascendi culture, their crystalline cities that grew from thought and will, their empathic networks that connected every member of their species, their profound connection to the planet's magnetic fields. In return, Liam shared stories of Earth, of oceans and mountains, of a blue sky that Lily found almost impossible to imagine. But he also taught her about human resilience, about how humanity had clawed its way up from primitive origins through sheer stubborn determination, about how humans, despite their flaws, had an almost supernatural ability to adapt, to overcome, To refuse to give up even when the universe itself seemed aligned against them. Humans don't have empathic networks, he explained. We can't feel each other's emotions or share thoughts. We're isolated in our own minds. But maybe that's why we fight so hard to connect. Every friendship, every love, every bond we make is a victory against our fundamental loneliness. Lily's antennae stood straight up, a sign of deep thought among her people. You're lonelier than we are, but you still choose to love. That's very brave. Or very stupid, Liam said with a laugh. There's no difference, Lily said seriously. Father taught me that. Bravery and stupidity look the same until you know how the story ends. The revelation came on day 42 of their friendship. The colony director called Liam into his office, Lily trailing behind despite regulations. We're pulling out, Director Chen said without preamble. The Ascendi Council made contact. They want us gone or they'll consider it an act of war. Apparently one of their people died in our equipment and they're done tolerating our presence. Liam's blood ran cold. He looked down at Lily, whose antennae had flattened against her skull in distress. There has to be another way, Liam said. We can negotiate, establish proper protocols. It's too late for that. We leave in 72 hours. Chen's expression softened slightly. I'm sorry, Reeves. I know you've gotten attached to the kid. After they left the office, Lily was silent for a long time. Finally, she spoke. You'll leave like my father left. No, Liam said firmly. I'll leave differently. I'll come back. You can't promise that. I'm human. We're very good at doing impossible things. On his last night on Kepler 442b, Liam sat with Lily under the 3 moons and made her a promise. He would return to Earth, file reports, push for proper diplomatic channels, and fight to establish real communication between their species. It might take years. It might fail, but he would try. You smell less like my father now, Lily said quietly. You smell like something new, like a bridge between stars. Liam pulled out a small data chip containing every photo of his daughter, every message he'd never sent, every moment of regret he carried. He pressed it into Lily's palm. When I come back, I'm bringing her with me. You two should meet. Lily's eyes cycled through a dozen colors Liam had never seen before. You're coming back for me? I'm coming back for all of us. Human and Ascendi, because your father was right. We're better together than apart. As his shuttle lifted off 3 days later, Liam watched Lily standing at the edge of the landing field, her small figure glowing against the alien landscape. She raised one hand in farewell, and through the viewport, Liam could have sworn he felt something. A warmth, a connection, a promise exchanged across the void. Humans, he thought, were very good at refusing to let go, and maybe that stubbornness, that absolutely reckless determination to hold on to hope even when logic said to walk away, was humanity's greatest strength. His communicator beeped, a message in crystalline script that his translator converted to English. Come back safe, Starbridge. I'll wait. Liam smiled and set course for Earth, already planning his return.